debuff removes 1% of your max health. So if you let this thing stack up too crazy, you're fighting this fight at 80% of your max health even when you're fully healed. So it gets really, really nasty. Essentially, the beginning is going to be kind of crazy. We're going to all jump down at the same time. The tank needs to go first because the instant you get to the bottom, the boss gets pulled. The tank is going to face the boss away from the raid and face him generally where he is now. You can kind of see him, but you're going to want to face him towards the wall. The boss has a really big frontal cleave. That's going to be forcing a tank switch because it's just a super nasty cleave on the tanks. Now, when the tanks switch at that point, the second tank will have to collect orbs, which is the big mechanic everyone's going to deal with. When you get hit with any skill, and it shreds some of your max health out, it drops a dot on the ground. It's going to be a glowing orb. It looks kind of like the monk orbs used to. You don't want to just run and pick them up all the time. If you start to get up to like 10 stacks, you can go run and pick them up and reclaim some of those lost hit points. But we actually want to leave a lot on the ground because when the tanks get sheared, it's much more detrimental to the raid when the tanks lose their max hit points. So they actually will, when they're not main tanking the boss, run around and collect orbs to try to get their health back up to max before they have to do a tank switch again. Tanks, be very aware of this essence shear frontal cone. Do not let it aim at the raid for any reason ever because you will probably wipe the entire raid. There's a very fun mechanic in here. Black orbs spawn on a player and charm them. And essentially they start doing free casts at the raid and standing still in the orb. Here's where it gets funky. Anybody who has a talent to knock back players needs to take that talent for this particular fight. Because anyone stuck in one of these charm orbs cannot get out, cannot be uncharmed until you typhoon them out. So that's how you save them from it. They also gain stacking annihilation debuffs, which reduce their max health every 2 seconds. So this needs to happen quickly. However, stipulation on that is you can't have too many people pushed out at once because it does a huge burst of damage to the raid. So healers, when the orbs spawn, prepare for a really big blast of damage. So also, keeping in mind that these orbs spawn and hit everybody that they spawn on, everyone needs to spread out. Everyone needs to be over 6 yards apart. So make sure if you're ranged, you spread out. If you're melee, you kind of need to spin around the boss. Don't clump up too much because it can actually hit melee as well. So people like Monk Girl and Awaken, yes, you get to use Ring of Peace. Anyone with Typhoon can get that. That would be fantastic. We definitely need to have as many knockbacks as we can. So every 25% of the boss, he walks to the center of the room and starts a big channeled cast. When he does this big channeled cast, he spawns ads on the east and west sides of the room. I will put down markers down there so you know where to go. The raid will be split in half. When he starts his cast, everyone go to your side of the room and stack up super tight because we're going to kill an ad, a big ad, which is faced away from the raid, by the way. And we're going to kill a lot of small ads that spawn us at that point. That's most of the mechanics for this fight. It sounds like there's a lot going on, but in reality, I think once we really see it, it's not going to be too bad. Hang on one sec, I got to throw down some markers here.
On a scale of Talok to Zul, what would you rate the ad killing on this boss?
Easy. The ads should be easy.
Where does easy fall on that scale?
They're going to be the only thing that you can actually attack at the time.
Yeah.
The boss
is not tanked at that point.
Yeah, he'll be taking 99% less damage.
Oh, there is one more really important factor. Randomly throughout the fight, the boss is going to debuff 2 people, maybe 1 in normal, I don't know. And those people need to run way out of the raid where the markers are, where essentially we're going to be tanking the ads to drop their debuff. Think Argus, it's exactly like the Argus thing. Hang on, let me see which one's which, because I'm trying to remember, I marked down which one DBM calls out. Diamond and triangle. So I'm actually see if I can stealth down here and do this way.
Nope.
Maybe he can vanish? No.
Nope, but I can now mark, I think. So hang on. Yes, I can mark. So I put down marks, tanks. You're basically going to be standing by blue, facing him towards blue until he goes to the middle. At which point, can you guys kind of see where these marks are, or do I have to wait until you hop down here?
You see blue.
All right.
I see green over there.
Yeah, underneath of her.
Yeah, this is not going to be easy to. Right. Anywho, those are the real basic versions of the fight. There's a bunch of little things here, but I don't think they're too big a deal. He randomly shoots out a big blast cone of purple death, and it can hit anybody in the line. So just kind of keep an eye on your own annihilation stacks. If you start to see that you're getting above 8 stacks, you need to start picking up a few orbs, but try not to pick them up in melee. Try to pick them up in the back of the raid so that when the tanks need to reset their hit points, they can do it quickly.
So, sorry, reset at 10 or 8?
Start resetting at 8. I mean, try to keep yourselves below 8. 10 is like you need to stop what you're doing and you need to go get some orbs.
And I was gonna say, once we jump down and pull the boss and you put markers down, they'll stay there, pole to pole.
Right, so the markers are down
But
there.
we're gonna one-shot it, so...
Yeah, I got the markers down ready. We're good to go.
Also, are there groups?
Yeah, keep in mind, so here's the groups and how it's going to work. Group 1 and 3 are going to go left. Group...
Can you say a color since we're
Yes,
gonna jump down?
yes,
and
I can.
populated?
Group 1 and 3, you're going to go to diamond. Group 2 and 4, you're going to go to triangle. Group 5, Little Hoss, Cad, go to diamond, and Monk Girl. 2 healers. Wow, we have a lot of healers in Group 5. I didn't realize that. Hang on one second.
Well, Paw is DPS right now.
Yeah, I'm DPS.
Okay, that's fine then. Alright, so Monk Girl and Paw Paw, you're going triangle. Cad, Little Hoss, and Demona, you guys are going to diamond. This is going to make a lot more sense after you guys see it right off the bat. It's a pretty cool looking fight. But the biggest thing is, try not to stay in purple shit. If you get a debuff, run out to your marker that is on your head. DBM will put either a diamond or a triangle on your head. Run out if you get that debuff. When the orbs spawn, anyone with a knockback needs to knock people out of their orbs. It's important. It needs to happen quickly, but we'll see how bad it is if 5 people get hit at once. I don't know what's going to actually happen. So, anyways, other than that, tank the boss facing away. Should be pretty good. Just generally try to avoid damage. When he channels in the center, stack up tight and cleave. That's all we want to do.
Can you repeat the groups again one more time, please?
Yes, I will repeat the groups. Groups 1, 3, Little Hoss, Cad, and Demona are going to diamond. Groups 2, 4, Monk Girl, and Paw Paw, you're going to triangle, which is green.
Green.
So evens, green, odds, purple. And then the tanks are going to be at blue until the ads pick up. As soon as the boss runs to the middle tanks, you also run out to green, or to purple and green to make sure you pick up the ads.
Oh, so purple is right underneath where everybody's standing right now. Okay.
Yeah, and when I say stack up, I mean super tight, because little bitty ads are going to spawn. They're not a big deal if we're all stacked up. They get to be a much bigger deal if they're all spread out. There is a casual enrage in this whole thing where it's just going to constantly burn out our max hit points until we just can't even anymore. So that's the DPS check. Save lust for 20%, because at 20% we stop getting our orbs when we get hit, so there's no more replenishment. So 20% is the magic number for blowing lust and going ham.
So just to be clear, pull timer, and then when the pull timer's over, we jump.
Yeah, a tank needs to go in first.
There's a little bit of mercy in the beginning of that. I know I thought it was really fucking weird too, but there's a little mercy. It seems like the boss doesn't start his mechanics for a couple seconds, so you get a few seconds to arrange.
Alrighty.
All right. Does anybody have any questions about where they need to be or what they're doing? Because I think right now, who all do we have that can actually knock people out? We have
I can do
Typhoon
it.
on Kipsha. We have 2 Rings of Peace. What else have we got?
Two marksman hunters.
I have
Paw can do it too.
I have a typhoon as well.
Okay, good. So you guys just when it's gonna happen pretty often, so just kind of keep an eye out, and if you see anyone who's mind controlled in an orb, just blast them out quickly. Healers, just be aware. I don't actually know how much damage it's gonna be, and make sure you're spread out. Put a range check 5 on.
Would healer grips work too?
Yes, healer grip does work. It pulls them right out.
What about DK grip, since they're hostile?
Maybe. I actually don't know. That's actually a really good point.
Well,
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah.
So are we supposed to jump in here and attack?
At
Yep.
the end of the
So I'm
whole
gonna-
timer, let tanks go first.
So I'm going to do a DBM pull timer 10 at 1 second. Whoever's going to main tank first, go ahead and jump in. And then everyone can go in when we actually have it go off. Tank, make sure you turn him around as fast as possible. We don't want that frontal cleave to hit the raid. Alright,
I have a lot of questions for this.
here we go.
I can go in first here, so when is the swap on the tanks?
Whenever you get Essence Sheared.
Okay, so it's Essence Sheared, and then I pick up the orbs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Essence
Tanks
Sheared,
first.
go pick up little health orbs. Stay spread out. You will casually drop orbs. Don't pick them up really unless you're starting to get some high stacks.
Remember, guys,
Pick up a couple here and there.
spread out 5 yards.
Okay, Obliteration Blast. This is just this regular blast. You can dodge it. Alright, here comes the Charm Spheres. Charm Spheres. Knocked Dinamona out.
It worked. DK grip.
Alright,
I don't have
this
any
is the debuff. Alright, it marked us, but it didn't mark us with the things we thought it was going to. So just get away from Darkmare. Get away from, we're just need to spread out.
Watch. Move.
I need to get closer. 3, 2,
So like I've already got 10 stacks, I gotta pick up a few.
I'm out of range.
Do not run into these orbs. If you touch them, you will be instantly mind controlled. Remember, at the 25% mark, he's going to walk to the center of the room. Tanks, get ready to move out to the outside.
Break people.
Yep.
Alright, and blast. Here comes the debuffs. Followed immediately by spheres, so just kind of keep an eye. Rast, get out.
1 sec, Demon. Oops.
Oh, it's gotta be both of us, I think. Because that's what we did the first time.
Alright, here we go. Split up.
Can't do anything. 20 seconds.
Odd group to purple, even group to green. Get Arngrim out of that orb. Everybody stack. Stack tight. Stack tight.
Oh, I just pulled aggro.
Give me the top.
No, I didn't. The volley.
Interrupt all the volleys if you can. I mean, there's plenty of us here. Every volley should be interrupted.
I don't think we had a tank on ours. Yeah, there we go.
That was wrong. Then I was supposed to go to green. I thought.
Ads are
Alright, there's the ads. Cleave down the ads. See, this is why we stack up tight, but I guess they don't stop on your body anymore. They
These
spread
things
out.
have something that we can
Yes, they have
interrupt
interrupt.
too.
Yes. And
Did we not have that much interrupts? Is that what happened? Because volley hit me pretty hard.
so volley needs to be interrupted every time. But do you see how these ads are crazy spread out? That's a terrible thing.
And we're not
Also, he
supposed
does a fucking huge laser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything about a laser.
So those giant purple
My bad
lasers,
too. I went to green, so there wasn't a tank on the other side there for that ad.
the giant laser that he fires is pretty much just on a timer through the entire fight, no matter what phase we're in. So
Do
that
not
happens.
jump down. Please. Please do not jump down.
Alright.